asked me 100 questions in the process, but it might take a little longer.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes the tills are down, the systems are working, and that's not working. But they're like, please be home. Yeah.
Listen, guys, I'm just here to make the schedule. Are you still a manager?
Yeah. Like, I can still take managing shifts. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
And it shows me as manager on the schedule, but like, not like head manager anymore.
You're just a manager.
Yeah.
But you're still like the most important manager.
Yeah, like they'll still message me for everything.
Cause you that girl.
And whatever, like I can still do it all.
I could do it all.
He has teammates around him.
I'm not there. I'm tired.
So, you're starved?
Starved.
You didn't eat?
I did. I ate my lunch, but like, I don't know. The other shifts I wasn't really that hungry, so I only packed like salmon and rice, and then chips and dip, and a granola bar. Like that's all I packed for 12 hours.
Wow.
The other shifts I literally have not been hungry, so like.
You sound like me.
Yeah. The other shifts I haven't been hungry. At GBH I used to pack like, I would try and pack 2 meals, or like a meal and a couple snacks, or like a meal and a bigger snack, kind of.
Yeah.
Just because like for 12 hours, especially if I don't eat breakfast, then I'm eating like usually once at lunch and once around dinner, kind of thing. But I don't know, I didn't really pack that much.
Now you know.
But then I was like fucking at 12, I already ate my whole salmon and rice. And then at 4, I ate the rest of my lunch, like the chips and dip. And now I'm hungry. So I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen. I'll probably get like a chicken wrap or something. And then,
are you?
Like,
do they give out free burgers?
What?
Do they give out free burgers and fries? I'm kidding.
The supporters want to see him have a go.
Yeah, I know. I might just get chicken wrap and then I'll like eat when I get home.
Okay.
I just want something to like tide me over while I'm making a schedule because I'm literally starved.
She's withering away to a shadow.
Literally. I got my pay stub for St. Joe's for like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I literally am making almost $2 grand.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like 18 and some change, like maybe like 1830 or something like that. And then I still had like whenever I worked at DQ, which wasn't a lot, like maybe like $70 or something, or $100. But
still something.
Yeah.
It's a money.
It's wild.
There you go. Hard work paid off.
Yeah, finally. I'm surprised. I'm still like surprised that I even fucking got into this job.
No, you got it. Is it more pay than DQ?
Oh, a lot more pay.
How much are you getting at DQ? Like $1,000 billion?
No, at DQ, if I like, the thing is at DQ, I always worked overtime, and I would make like.
You get overtime pay? No, you get cash, right?
At DQ, yeah. But I get cash at 1925. Like it's not like time and a half cash.
Well read to put it into that attack.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, like it's not bad, but I would make like I don't know. I would work overtime and I would get like maybe like 16 and change. Depending. Like a regular week, I'd probably make like 1,600.
Could reduce the deficit. And he does.
Well, you're making, yeah, that's still more, and then you know you're going to be getting overtime there anyways.
Well, I still make more here, and that's like...
And that's without overtime?
Yeah, I mean, like, I maybe work, because the thing is, there's like 3 weeks, so there's like a couple hours of just my training. But it's like, I don't know.
No, it's still better, right?
Yeah, like I still
And the
made
flag was
more
up in good time. It's
Good.
than
offside.
I would
Well, he
at
should have
Dairy
realised that
Queen.
was going to be offside.
But
That's a poor decision to play that pass.
yeah, it's not bad at
Canales.
all.
Happy for you, baby.
Well, a classic example of how
Thanks.
to intercept.
Bitch ass. I'm just joking.
I'm just hoping I don't like.
Space afforded
I
him.
obviously want to work full time, but I don't want to work like. I don't want to
Referees
work
are
overtime
rightly
every single
praised for
fucking week of
giving
my life. Like
advantage,
that
but when there is
sucks.
no advantage, it has to be a free
Oh
kick.
well.
And fired from the flank
Pippin ain't
into the
easy, but
area.
someone's got to do it, right?
And caught with ease.
No,
No real threat
somebody
from the
is thinking
cross.
of me.
This might be ideal for the counter.
I'll work full time,
There's
but
so
I
many
don't want to work
possibilities, but it didn't happen
fucking
for them.
80 hours a week.
Fine
Nope.
Because
ball
like
from
that's what I was
on-time
doing
for
at
the
DQ,
X-Man.
and it's like it's great you have money, but you
Oh.
literally can't do anything. You can't go anywhere. You can't spend it. Like you can't.
Can you believe what we've just
Like
seen?
I mean, you can spend it for sure, but
Well, we won't get tired
you
of
can't.
seeing
Like
this,
there's
will
literally
we?
you
The
don't have any time to
athleticism,
do
the
anything,
connection, the accuracy, that's
which
a
like
great goal.
sucks. I don't want to have no time to
If
do
you
anything
enjoy
at all.
high-scoring
In the winter,
contests,
I don't care
this
as
has been the
much,
game for you.
but in the summertime, like. If I want to go out somewhere and do something, like I want to go to the beach,
Goalkeeper's
who's
goal.
gonna go to the
Not the
beach?
best of
The only
crosses
day we
in,
had to
was
go to
it?
the beach was fucking Sunday. Because Saturday, usually you were working, and then on the weekends that we didn't have anything, we were going to your parents' house anyways. So it's like,
Yeah,
we
not
didn't
a
really
lot
have
time
any
off.
time to do anything. Or Sunday would
Probably
roll around and
disappointed
I'd
with that
pick up an
pass.
extra shift or whatever. Like it was just
And with
work, work,
tackling
work, work,
like
work.
that, the
And I
onus
would
is on the
rather
referee to take
You
action
don't
to
want to
fix
work
not.
it.
anymore.
And that is going to
I'll
mean a
still
penalty.
work,
The
work. Like
referee is
I'll work
absolutely right. He
all
knew what
my
he was doing
full-time
there.
hours. And I'll work overtime. Like, if they offer it, yeah, I'll work
Oh,
it. But I don't want to
brilliant
have to work
technique.
it every
I'm
single
not
week.
sure
You know what I'm
about
saying?
you,
Like,
Stuart, but I thought
You
that
want it
was
to be
going in.
optional.
Well, so did I. But in
yeah,
the
and
end, it
like,
comes to nothing. But what a great
if
strike
I
it was.
work
It was
overtime,
hit
it's great
so
to have a little
sweetly.
bit extra
Good
money.
luck to
Not
win the
like,
ball back high up the
if I
pitch.
don't work overtime, I
Well,
don't have
not
any money.
troubling the goalkeeper at all there.
And from that sort of distance, you should
Yeah, I
be proud
feel
of the
Because
you.
that ain't
goalkeeper.
it.
Technique let him down there.
That
And just
ain't
1
it,
minute of
sister.
time added on for stoppage.
Hey, soul sister. Hey
And
there,
the whistle
Mister,
is
Mister
sounded
on the
for half
radio.
time in this
Stereo,
game.
stereo, the way you move ain't fair, you know. Okay, well, I'm gonna be at Dairy Queen soon, just at Final and Upper Gauge.
Okay.
And then I will call you. Oh, I guess I'll just see you when I get home.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
No bumming food off your wife.
They were the leader of. Cerebro ended up gaining sentience and set it to catalog all mutants on Earth. That seems nice, but not in this way. They wanted to catalog those mutants by kidnapping them and then keeping them in basically like cryogenic pods. I guess as one does. I mean, I guess what else did we expect Cerebro to do when they became sentient, right? Finding and recording mutants was pretty much all they knew prior to that. Cerebro ended up creating their own X-Men team and leading it, although ultimately the real X-Men did have to come in and put a stop to their crazy schemes. And of course, we also found out that Cerebro's X-Men were actually nanotech beings that they had created. But either way you look at this one, whether or not you consider Cerebro's team to be official enough, Cerebro themselves, in a way, was a member of the X-Men originally. They just didn't have sentience back in the day. But Cerebro has been around since almost day one when it comes to the main team and original roster. Might not be exactly day one, but it's pretty close to day one, I want to say. I can't remember if Cerebro's in issue number 1, but close. Number 5, Cerebra. I know, so many Cerebs on this list, but what do you expect? These are vital members of these teams, either way you slice it. Cerebro was a much more loyal member of the X-Men team in the end, in comparison to Cerebro. She was created from the remains of Cerebro and was an AI built by X-Men Forge. Cerebra ended up teaming up with the X-Men on various adventures and even fought alongside them to protect the young mutants of their current school, X-Haven, when it was attacked by demons. See, X-Haven existed within Limbo, but magic had put up defenses to shield it. However, then those ended up failing, hence the demons attacked. Hence Cerebra defending the school. Cerebra made her first appearance in Extraordinary X-Men issue number 1. Number 4, Energizer. Katie Power is a member of the Power Pack, who goes by the superhero name Energizer. The Power Pack are a team of kid superheroes who also all happen to be siblings. The children of James and Margaret Power, who got their powers from a dying alien seeking to protect the Earth, and the children specifically in an altercation, which is also sadly how they died. Katie ended up getting made an honorary X-Men
I'm rubbing the arms of my chair, admiring the craft and detail I've put into it. That way I try to convince myself that I'm in control of the business side of my business.
Intuit QuickBooks makes it easy for you to get a complete view of your business, so you can sit back and
relax.
Unless he's much better with his second period, he'll
I
continue
don't
to
think I
dictate
need
the
to
flow of
introduce
this match.
myself, but if you don't know me, I'm Elon Musk.
Strongly into the challenge, and the
The
result
pages
is a
of the
throw-in.
90s issue of the Uncanny X-Men, volume number 1, issue 195. Here, Katie teams up with the X-Men to save her siblings from the Morlocks, who have taken basically all the kids and manipulated their memories and appearance, so they believe they're actually like children of Morlock and Elite. Katie is given a jacket by Kitty Pryde in the issue and made an honorary X-Men as she joins the team to go down into the sewers and rescue her siblings. Also, don't worry, the siblings get rescued. I love the Power Pack. The Power Pack is like just an adorable, just wholesome, fun time. Number 3, Hepzibah. You might be familiar with Hepzibah if you are familiar or perhaps very familiar with the X-Men. Actually, Hepzibah isn't even really Hepzibah's real name, but we can't pronounce Hepzibah's real name, so just call her Hepzibah. She actually has a long history with the team of the X-Men, but also with an important family member of that team, namely Summers' patriarch, the father of Scott, Alex, and Gabriel, space pirate Corsair, or the father of Cyclops, Havoc, and Vulcan, if you rather. In fact, Hepzibah met Corsair in prison and helped to orchestrate the escape of those that would found the team known as the Starjammers. Hepzibah would go on to become very close to Corsair, and the two would even become lovers. She would team up with the X-Men multiple times during her comic book adventures, and even later join that team after Corsair's apparent death. Hepzibah is not a mutant, though. She's an alien belonging to the race known as the Mephistozoids, who actually were prominent in the parts of space now known as part of the Shi'ar Empire, as they went to war with the Shi'ar and ultimately lost. And also later were like basically labeled as savages by the Shi'ar, and they like created propaganda to be like, they're all animals and they're all evil, which is pretty messed up. War is a messed up thing. Number 2, Lockheed. That's right, Lockheed might be out of this world, but not in the mutant sense. Lockheed is actually an alien who ended up enjoying the company of the X-Men, and specifically mutant and member Kitty Pryde, so much that he decided to leave his home and his people behind and go join the X-Men team. He often goes where Kitty does and is her loyal ally and companion, although he wasn't with her when she was in a bullet flying through space, but we'll talk about that more later. He has also been a double agent, staying with the X-Men while spying on them for SWORD as a secret undercover agent, tasked with keeping an eye on the mutants and feeding information to SWORD. He actually did this in exchange for SWORD's help in regards to problems on his homeworld. So if you're thinking, wow, that's pretty shady, Lockheed, look, he had his reasons, okay? And you know what? Lockheed still really loves the X-Men. I don't think he was trying to do it to be malicious, even. Lockheed was actually a fearsome warrior and hero among his own people, and he actually left his fiancée to stay with Kitty and the X-Men, so he also gave up a lot just to hang out with them. I love Lockheed. I almost made him number 1. Number 1, Juggernaut. Juggernaut might be known as a villain to the X-Men, but he's also joined the team too. In fact, his story is actually pretty sad. He spent most of his life on the outside looking in a lot of respects. When it came to his family, where his father seemed to even prefer his stepson to Kane, and in regards to the mutant community, which Juggernaut's always kind of like been a part of, but not really, because he's not really a mutant, so it's kind of kept out, which is maybe why he became a villain? I don't know. Charles was always a part of the mutant world, but even when Kane Marco became Juggernaut, kind of reaching out for his own power, he was shunned in a way by his brother for doing so. Charles Xavier may be seen as the original creator of the superhero team of the X-Men, but in some ways, he was very much a gatekeeper, at least for Juggernaut, even though I know it feels weird to say that about Charles, since he's kind of a guy that's supposed to be like, all mutants come in, but look, he's got issues. Sure, Juggernaut was the one with the vendetta against Charles originally, seeing Charles as abandoning him, but it always felt like rather than resolve that conflict, the two both just decided to battle against one another for like a really long time. Fortunately, as time has worn on, things have changed between them. Juggernaut has changed. He's served both as a villain as well as an ally and even team member when it comes to the X-Men, and recently in the comics, he's taken charge of his own power, going from being an avatar in essence of Sidorak to being an anti-hero who serves only the causes he himself believes in, no longer tied to the will of Sidorak. He's got that cool new armor too. Still made from Sidorak materials, but he's not like tied to him anymore because it wasn't given to him. Ha! Take that, Sidorak! Juggernaut can be a hero too. Who are some of your favorite non-mutant X-Men? Are there any that we didn't mention here that you'd like to celebrate? Do so below in the comments. Like some people are going to be like Franklin Richards, just because I know there's a lot of people that want him to be a mutant again. Which I feel you. I think it's going to come around, though. I believe. This is Top 10 Nerd, and I'm your host, Amanda McKnight. Find me elsewhere on social media at VampX13. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in a future video, but until next time, you stay nerdy, YouTube.
Strongly to win the ball. And a wild attempt from distance. Not one for the highlight reel still.
Well, that's the way. He had much better options there.
They will now make use of their substitutes bench. Jordi Alba. And playing it forward. And the ball is loose. And tucked away. Time is not on their side. This corner should help the prospects as they look for an equaliser. Just far too close to the goalkeeper.
Oh, don't waste time.
This could square the game, but no, thanks to the goalkeeper. Opportunity not taken.
Well, you're absolutely right, Derek. The keeper's done really well there, but really that should have been the equaliser, and there's not long left now.
And 3 minutes of stoppage time to be added. And clears his lines. And forward they go, chasing the goal.
Start at 3 sharp. Sometimes 3:05 sharp. Hello and welcome to the Break Room, our daily show that keeps you updated on all the nerdy news you need to know. Today, we're just talking about that bonkers She-Hulk finale. Finally, a finale. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
A lot of unanswered questions.
Had us on the edge of our seats. Stuart, your take.
Well, it was excellent entertainment. We saw good quality football played at a high intensity and goals as well. The draw is a fair reflection of how the game was played.
Super chatted so I can go back to school.
You and Demi Lovato. No, not Demi Lovato. What's the other one's name? Leah Michelle. That's what I meant.
She was on that show Glue. Put in the chat if you think Scar can read. Today, on today's show, we appreciate everybody that's already chatting, sending us, hey, Corey Can's really coming through with a super chat already. If everybody that super chats today, we're going to try to read any questions, your thoughts.